Simon, I want to come back to you. We previously spoke about just before the last 16 about Egypt's chances of progression, where I have to say you were a bit cynical, but they've come now to claim the scalp of both Ivory Coast and a fearsome side in Morocco. What's changed for the Pharaohs team?
Well, it seems that I keep predicting they're going to go out, so they keep on winning. So perhaps that's why they keep on making it through, and they've made it to the semi-finals. No, in all seriousness, the Pharaohs once again built this win against Morocco on a very solid defensive block, on an impenetrable unit that Morocco struggled to break down. We saw that Achraf Hakimi was neutralised down his right wing. Yes, he did provoke the penalty, but from then onwards, very difficult for the PSG star to have any sort of impact on the attacking play for the Atlas Lions. And we've seen in previous games, whether it was against Gabon or against Malawi in the last 16, that a lot of Morocco's attacks tended to come down that right-hand side. As you mentioned as well, everything good that came from Egypt came through a man we all know very well, Mohamed Salah, the best player in the world, probably at this moment in time. It is true that Mohamed Salah has this knack of being able to always conjure up something when you least expect it. For the goal, he just happened to be in the right place at the right time, but that's what the great players do. We know that a lot of the time you just have to take your luck, and that's what he did again. And then for the second goal, it was much more of a trademark Salah move, running at the defenders, cutting inside, and it was an inch-perfect cross for Trezeguet. But once again, Egypt are relying massively on Mohamed Salah and on their star to get the goals and to create anything. And you fear, and I will stand by this point once more, you fear that if a team manages to shut down Salah, to lock him down, then Egypt are going to be restricted to scraps. Now, they did have 2 shots from range in the first half, testing Bunu in goal, but it wasn't enough from the Egyptians. And of course, you can say that this is also a very disappointing loss for Morocco, because the Atlas Lions probably were the most consistent side coming into the quarter-finals. They have the squad, they have the ability to go forwards, and since winning the tournament in 1976 and then reaching the final in 2004, they've never gone past the quarter-final. So for a Moroccan side and for a nation of Morocco that many consider to be one of the biggest, and certainly the biggest financially on the continent, the results recently have been incredibly disappointing, and it wouldn't be a surprise to see Vahid Halilhodžić leave in the coming days.
And he might follow the likes of Ghana's coach as well as Tunisia's if he does that. Simon, thanks so much. Well, it's no means the same Egyptian team that we used to see in the early 2000s with the likes of Mohamed Abou Trikha leading the line. As Simon mentioned now, it's Mohamed Salah. Is it enough? Simon seems to think not. Is it enough to have him, all the focal attack going through him, or does Carlos Queiroz' team need an alternative route?
There is no alternative route. So, I have to agree with Simon. I don't see them really, still not as the main contenders to win the Africa Cup of Nations. Having said all that, if Mohamed Salah can every match can score a goal and have an assist like he had today, not only probably he will get them to the final and probably win the cup, he also will deserve finally that Ballon d'Or he so much wants. Or even, I think a lot of people in the football world will think that he deserves it. So that's for one part. Having said all that, if you're looking at this Egyptian team, it would be a real surprise. Also, considering how Cameroon has been so far, if they would win that semi-final and even a potential final against Senegal or Burkina Faso, you never know.
So Egyptian defense has to really show some fortitude against the host nation.